We have a urine bottle mystery on our hands. Let's talk about it in our segment, Unbelievable. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's see if we can get to the bottom of this mystery, shall we? KGW8 out of Portland. Headline: I'm not touching that. Neighbors in Northeast Portland deal with bottles of urine left near homes. Neighbors have been dealing with the problem for months and say getting help disposing of the human waste is challenging. Okay, so I see that and immediately think, well, obviously homelessness, right? It's probably people living in tents, or more likely maybe some of the derelict RVs that aren't working, aren't functioning properly, so they're peeing. Actually, can you bring that photo back up, Nicole? The look on your face is hilarious. That whoever left those bottles needs to go to an emergency room immediately. Because that is, you have a hydration problem there, but something else. Something's not being filtered out. Nicole's like, stop it, take it down. Don't make me, just wait. I'm going to make you gag even more. All right, so, obviously this is probably, it is homeless people, right? You don't have a home and you're choosing to pee in jugs and leave them outside other people's homes. And you just don't.
You have a mental health problem when you
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Choose
so
to do this.
Certainly this news article is going to bring up the homeless crisis that Portland's dealing with in some capacity, right? Let's read on, shall we? So they talked to a few residents, and this is the residents' quote. Somebody said, take it into the house and put it down the drain. She said, I'm not touching that. Neighbors like Matt Anglin said they've been noticing the pee-filled bottles in their neighborhood a lot recently. I asked Jean, his neighbor, if she got pee bottled. It seems problematic because nobody wants to deal with a bunch of someone else's pee. So they call it getting pee bottled. Hey, Jean, it's Matt here. Did you get pee bottled today? I got pee bottled. All right, let's move on. So they reached out, these residents who have these pee bottles showing up on their lawn. They've been asking the Metro, which in Portland is their garbage service, basically, what they should do. KGW reached out to Metro for guidance on getting help disposing of the urine. Gia Balash, who's the media liaison for Metro Garbage and Recycling, said this: it's such a gross, unfortunate situation, and there's not a good answer, and that's the problem. Balash said in certain cases, Metro's RID patrol will remove garbage dumped on public property. In Jean's case, the urine bottles were left in the public right-of-way, so she submitted a report online. Balash looked into Jean's case and said their crews would be responding to remove the urine bottles. She said removing urine bottles left on private property, however, is the property owner's responsibility. Quote, unfortunately, the best thing we can tell people to do is to put on gloves and dump the urine in the yard or toilet. Yeah, that is what Metro Garbage and Recycling advised in this news article homeowners to do. Now, if it's left on the public right-of-way, they'll come remove it.
Why don't you just move it over?
But if it's right, yes. Yeah. But if it's a few feet in on your property, they literally think that you should put on gloves and dump the urine, gallons of it, in your yard, or take it inside and dump it in your toilet. This is typical. Not our problem, it's your problem. So we haven't gotten to anything yet on the homeless issue, right? Mm-hmm. Clearly a homeless issue. Let's keep reading, because obviously that has to be in here, right? Neighbor Bruce Porter is trying to understand why someone's leaving the urine containers there. This is a bigger thing. This is not just random. It's happening all over, Porter said. You can't carry 6-gallon jugs of waste without having a purpose to it. Portland Police Sergeant Kevin Allen said they've been hearing anecdotal reports of errant urine-filled bottles dating back to September. We'd ask that folks living in this area be vigilant and check their home security cameras for anything suspicious. You guys, nowhere in this article, which was republished in Seattle by King 5 News, nowhere does it mention homeless people. RVs, derelict RVs. Nowhere does it mention the homeless crisis. The crisis of people living outdoors. The people who wouldn't have a bathroom to go in. And don't even get me started on where their feces is ending up. Because they're just leaving the urine-filled bottles. They're not leaving packages of other things. So nowhere, this is the news. Nowhere, the news has lost its mind. We don't need to see, I don't need to see video to prove to me that it's a homeless person leaving the pee jugs there. It's common sense. Just like I don't need a meteorologist to tell me it's raining if I can look outside and see it's raining. I don't need someone else to confirm that for me. So either they're all being willfully ignorant, including, by the way, the residents in a deep blue area that probably voted for the policies that have led to the homeless crisis, that are leading to people who are leaving really deep orange-colored urine jugs outside on the front lawn. And in that case, I don't feel bad for these people. They're all mystified by it. And why wouldn't they be mystified? Because the media is not even bringing it up. And if that's what they consume to get their information, then I guess we're all just mystified. And we can't put two and two together. And so now these people who will probably go on to vote for Democrats and progressives, etc., are left with the task of having to put gloves on, unscrew the urine lid bottles, and dump it in their own yards.